All right, hello everyone. I just thought I'd make a quick live stream video and show you what's going on. Kind of an update again. So far, I've been approved for a house in a new town. It's been a crazy battle, let me tell you. To say the least, it's been a crazy battle trying to get a property. So I'll just do a quick tour around what I'll show you what I'm doing. That's the bedroom. Got the bedroom all packed up. The bathroom's pretty much cleaned up. Just keeping a few supplies for myself. But come Monday, I'll be loading up the moving truck and getting out of this house. So I got some stuff to do in the living room still. Got a few things to pack, and then the main furniture, and then the kitchen. Got pictures and a few things to pack in here yet. But got most everything boxed up. The office I haven't touched yet. And there's a little storage room there. And then downstairs, down in the dungeon, sold the washer and dryer that was there this morning. I got a few things to haul out of here, but everything's ready to go. The rest of my music equipment. So I'm all ready to go. Just about. I explained in the other videos that I made, the last update video, that I tried to buy that church, like you know, and that didn't go well because it was zoned as a church instead of a residence, so I couldn't get a residential mortgage, and it just wasn't possible to buy it. Each and, and then I tried to purchase another house that had a sewer backup and whatever, and that was a whole experience in itself. Each step of the way, it's just a crazy experience, you know, trying to learn all of these steps and rules and regulations and everything that the bank, every hoop that the bank wants you to jump through, and all these kinds of things was crazy. But most of it was natural, but there was some supernatural battles going on. It seemed like nobody knew what answers to give for each of these situations. Nobody knew about the zoning laws or the zoning regulations as far as that church was concerned. Nobody knew about cleaning up a sewer backup and what needed to be done with all of that, and it just took a whole bunch of extra work and time and money and traveling and all kinds of things, and each of those took over a month each, and that was like 3 months. And then finally I found this new house, and this house there was, in my opinion, there was nothing that could block, after all of this stuff, there was nothing that could block that sale. I mean, the house was perfect almost in every way. The roof had been redone recently, a brand new high efficiency furnace, brand new water heater, has dishwasher, fridge stove, washer dryer. What else? I can't even think off the top of my head all the other stuff, but I mean, it's everything has been updated. Everything was looked after, and there was nothing that the bank or the lenders could say was wrong with the place to block this sale. However, and we even gave the bank, when I was working with the realtor, we decided to give them 2 full weeks to get the approval done on purpose. So I had an accepted offer on December 3rd, gave that over to the bank. We gave them till the December 16th to have the approval done. And I waited, and I left it, and I waited, thinking that it would be done in a week, whatever. 2 full weeks go by, literally 3:30 on the afternoon of the 16th. There's still nothing, no calls, no nothing. So I phone the banker and find out what's going on. She hasn't heard a thing. In fact, she's not even at work. She's in a meeting of a personal appointment of her own in a different city. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I need to, because you have to, by the end of your financing period, you have to give the broker, or the realtor, an answer. You have to give them, they have to have something like, they either have to remove the conditions of the financing approval, meaning that I got approved, or they cancel the sale altogether, or they get an extension for financing approval. And I had no answer to give him, literally with an hour and a half left in business hours on the last day. And I'm like, what's going on? The realtor is calling me asking for information. I'm calling my banker. My banker's doesn't know anything. And so I flipped. I shouldn't say I flipped out. Like, I never cursed at her or at the bank or anything like that, but I had to raise my voice and get assertive and take charge, basically. I had given them enough time to get this done, and I made sure that she understood why we did what we did and why we were upset. This needed to be looked after. And if I didn't do that, I know that I wouldn't have gotten an answer that day. I wouldn't have gotten an answer at all that day whatsoever. She, in turn, she's gets on her cell phone and starts calling her general manager and this finally things got escalated. The general manager got involved with the general manager of the mortgage segment of the bank, and to find out what was going on. And then I started to get some answers, but not till after 5 o'clock. I never heard a thing until after 5 o'clock, end of business hours. And I finally hear that there was a problem. They had listed the property as a leasehold property and not a freehold. And that means that I would, if that's the way it was, I would be leasing the land and I wouldn't own the land. But that it was a misprint or whatever. So the bank tried to use that as the reason why it took so long. But that's not the case. The reason why it took so long is because they didn't even look at it. They didn't look at it until I started flipping out, until I started raising stink. And then they finally looked at it. That's when they noticed that there was something wrong. Otherwise, everything was perfect. There was nothing wrong whatsoever. And so they tried to blame the realtor for the delays, but it wasn't the realtor at all. It was them. That was a slight delay, but it wasn't a big delay. So anyway, that was sorted out on Friday. Then over the weekend, come Monday morning, early Monday morning, I got full approval. Everything went through. So I've been, spending time over the last while, getting lawyer, signing documents with the lawyers and the bank and all that kind of everything's looked after. I got all the bills transferred over. I got everything transferred to the new place, and I take possession on the 31st. So I'm renting a moving truck Monday, filling it up, and then Monday morning we're off, and by noon I can pick up the keys and get moved in. So I'm happy. This is a big deal because the main purpose of me moving was so that I could reduce my costs. I pay $800 a month rent in this place, and my mortgage, there's my cat, my mortgage is $178 a month. Like, so that's less than a car payment for most people. And, um, yeah, I've got to pay taxes, land taxes, and insurance on top of that. But still, it doesn't even come to 300, well, about $300 a month total. So that's less than half of what I'm paying here, and it's going into something that I own, that I can build in the ministry and use later on for equity. You know, at some point, I'm not giving up on getting a church building. In fact, I know that there's an empty church building in that town, in the town that I'm moving to. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys an update and let you know what's all been going on. And you know, through the process of all of this, each place has taken over a month to go through this process of getting financing and all of that kind of stuff. And my schedule has been up in the air because of it. I couldn't schedule anything. How could I schedule? Because I thought I'd be moving in 2 weeks. I thought I'd be moving in 2 more weeks. I thought I'd be moving in the next couple of weeks. Every 2 weeks, it was another extension. And, you know, trying to get everything sorted out. And I couldn't promise to be there for anybody during all that time, you know. And I couldn't promise that I could give an appointment without having to cancel it for this or that or the other. And you know, who knows? And if that's the way it was, I was, hurry up and stop and hurry up and stop. And this whole time, man, it's been a real battle to get all this put through. You know, I lost over $30,000 to $40,000 equity in that second house in Waka that I should have got. I believe that I should have got that place, and the devil stole that from me because now that I understand the bank, they were putting these low end mortgages because a $40,000 mortgage, for example, is peanuts to what the average mortgage that they're using now, or that they're dealing with now. They're $200,000 usually. Hey, quiet. Cat's playing with the boxes. So, they would just put this one on the bottom of the pile, and that's the way it would be. Quit. So, by the time they got to mine, it would be the last minute of the last day, and I had to go through 2 finance extensions on that other place. And by the end of the second finance extension, they still couldn't get it done. Well, actually, it was 15 minutes before the end of it that they finally approved it, but only subject to an appraiser going into the building. That building, yes, it had mold, but it was a one-time sewer backup that didn't get looked after. And the Bible does talk about mold, but it tells how to clean that mold, and I know how to do that, and I knew how to do it. And I could have, the one-time situation, that would have been all cleaned up. I had a professional hired to clean it up, and I would have made about 30 to 40,000 equity on that property. So I'm waiting for the Lord's justice in that, to see that money come back to the ministry, because I believe that was stolen from me. I really do. And there was different parts. The bank played a part by not, processing the financing in a timely way. They kept putting it off until the deal fell through. The realtor, like I said in my last video, she was playing around too with information, and sold it out from under me to a cash buyer off of the information that I had purchased and hired to get quotes to clean that mold out and all that stuff. So that was just shady deal on her side too. So, that Jezebel spirit was really at work. But anyway, regardless, we finally got this other place now all looked after. I'm ready to move. The last thing that I got to do is secure a rental truck. and I should have that on Monday. So I already applied for it. I already um, requested one, but they can't guarantee, they say. And I'll know, well, I should know right away. I should find out today maybe if I have that truck for sure. But regardless, if I can't get the moving truck, then I got a buddy in my hometown who has a horse trailer and a truck that we can use to pull. So it looks like I'll be moving. So anyway, I thought I'd give you all an update. I thought I'd just go on live stream and let you know what was going on. Oh, and one last thing. When I get to Nacum is the name of the town where I'm moving to. When I get there, the internet company, it's called Sasktel, they have a good high-speed package there. It's 50 megabit, which is actually more than I have in Prince Albert. But there's like a month waiting list, so I can't get my high speed hooked up until January 31st. But I convinced them to at least let me hook up to the slower internet that used to be available. So I'm going to trade in my high speed modem here, my fiber modem, for an old one. And I'll be able to get 5 megabit internet come January 6th. So we'll have to test that out and see how good it works. And hopefully that'll be sufficient to get back on Skype and do some deliverance sessions and get the ministry back on track again, starting the week after January 6th. But I'll test that out, and then I'll put another update up once I get into the new place. I'll do another little live stream, and we'll go around and do a walk through the house and let you guys see what's going on and what I bought. So I appreciate everyone that's donated and continued to donate through this last 4 months of shenanigans. It's been crazy. Please don't give up on the ministry. I know I haven't been able to post videos, and that was another thing. I had a lot of videos that I could have posted, especially to do with Jane and Tracy. They've been progressing very well in their deliverances. I've kept their sessions going because I've been working with them long term, and it was easy to keep them on their schedule. But starting new clients and all kinds of things wasn't going to work at all. So with them, I kept on working with them over this whole period. And I have a whole bunch of videos of theirs that I could post, but the Lord had prompted me to hold off on them, even though I wanted to post videos because I knew that I needed to post videos to keep people engaged in the ministry and donating and all of that. But he prompted me to not post them because I didn't want to give up any information between the two. There's been, ever since the live streams, there's been some real, the enemy's been trying to bring division between everybody, and it happened hard. But Jane and Tracy, there's been stuff that's I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it because it's private, but it's very good. It's all working out, and they're progressing very, very well. And I believe that once we work our way through this stuff, that we'll be able to really rejoin as a really strong team together. So that'll be a good thing. We'll see how that all plays out. But anyway, I haven't been able to post videos, and I guess what I'm saying is, if you find it, you come across this video and you see what I've been going through, continue supporting the ministry. I'm going to need it more than ever now, because through this whole process, the donations have dwindled down and down and down to almost nothing. There's a few people that have been continued supporting, but a few is the word. And I've basically dwindled down. I've used up, my Visa a lot. I've used up all of my savings, all the money that came in for the building and the down payment and all that kind of stuff, that's all been used towards purchasing this place. It's basically drained every resource that I have. So, um, you know, it's going to be a lot cheaper in the long run once I get over there and get things started and stuff like that. Get things reestablished and get the ministry back on track. It's going to be awesome in the future because, my costs are going to be a lot less. But then I can start putting donations to the side and start saving for that building or whatever. So it's just a step by step process that the Lord has me in, and we'll continue to move towards getting that ministry building. I want to have that, and I believe that the Lord's leading me to that, but it's going to take some time. So hang in there with me. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you this update and let everyone know what was going on. We'll see you in about a week or however long before I make the next video once I get a little bit settled in the new place. So God bless you all, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.